Yo, Nazi here. Welcome back to part 7 of What If Deku Had Read. So, in the last part, I ended it after the battle between Shoto and Deku, with Deku winning, while allowing not Bakugo, Todoroki to really push himself. So, in this part, I'm gonna skip the other battle and go straight to Bakugo versus Deku, because Bakugo just demolishes Tokoyami. Like, in canon, Bakugo is already capable of fighting Tokoyami quite easily, let's be honest. He wasn't winning instantly, but he didn't have too much problem thanks to his explosion. And in this one, his explosions were trained on top of that, making them even stronger. So, let's just say Tokoyami isn't really gonna go too far while fighting Bakugo. Hell, Bakugo's already used to fighting people who are stronger than himself physically, thanks to Deku just being a fucking monster physically already. So, yeah. For the battle between Deku and Bakugo, they ask for one thing, just to make sure. The teachers were wondering what they wanted to know, and they were just asking, did they need to hold back? Because the last time they fought all out, during a test that one of the teachers made them do, they brought down a building in the fake city. They were instantly told, yeah, hold back, we don't want you to harm the people that are, like, in the Raptors. So, that already made a few people wonder, like, wait, they want to hold back, but isn't this just show their power? And the only thing Bakugo did when someone basically screamed, what, you're so weak that you want to make it look like you can't hold, you're holding back. Which that person was a complete moron, because they saw Deku basically fight someone who was making glaciers. So, it's just Bakugo who was holding back to the start. So, from their point of view, because Bakugo wasn't going all out at all, but Deku had to push a bit to fight Todoroki. If both go all out, yeah, you can pretty much say the entire arena is gone, you know? So, the first thing Bakugo did when hearing that person was to put his hand up and just explode, make an explosion in one go. That basically just showed that, yeah, no, if you wanted to, everyone in the arena could be gone in like 5-6 explosions, or at least harmed in only that much. So yeah, they were told to hold back, and then Bakugo was told, in very certain terms, don't ever do that again, or you're thrown out of school. So, yeah. The battle between those two, quite honestly, scared the shit out of many of the people in the Raptures. Because Deku was clearly just doing everything he could just to piss off Bakugo more and more. With Bakugo actually blowing one of Deku's arm off before just getting hit from the other one. Basically using a bit of one for all and punching him down Well, just under the jaw. There was a crack. Bakugo broke a tooth. Deku didn't throw him out of the arena like using that. He basically just put enough on it to push him away from him, but still fall in the arena. Bakugo was angry again, but both of them just saw it as, yeah, they're fighting. They're having fun. To everyone else, they basically just see them as crazy fucking bastards currently. Though it did make a lot of people want both of them in their agencies because they're powerful if they can train them to be not as, awful. They would be great heroes. The battle basically lasted until, well, practically 30 minutes, until Deku just decided that, yeah, the battle was fun. He said that loud enough for many people to hear. Bakugo had a sudden his face suddenly went white, knowing that he was losing this one. And suddenly Bakugo was just crashed on the wall. Oh, and if you wonder why I'm not putting as much detail as the other ones, for them it's basically just a training fight. They go all out, but they don't really care about it. They make sure they don't kill the other, that's pretty much it. Because Deku can heal himself. So, Deku doesn't mind if he's injured. Bakugo doesn't care really either if he injures him, because he knows Deku won't kill him. But yeah, basically, what happened for Bakugo to land in the wall and literally crashed into it is Deku did two things. First, he zoomed in front of Bakugo. He then put red around Bakugo to make sure he wouldn't die from anything. And then he pushed his arm, that was still there, to about 50% of One For All. It was extremely painful to Deku, and then he just punched. The blast of air was impressive for everyone. And Bakugo knows that the only reason he survived that was because of the red Deku put around him. Deku still never told Bakugo about One For All yet, but Bakugo is wondering what the hell is happening because since before they came to school, Deku was training a lot, and now this is, seriously more powerful than Deku was before by a long margin. Yeah, Deku was always strong, but this is impressive. He hates it. So, after that, Deku was to be sent to the infirmary, but he basically just told them it wouldn't change anything. He's gonna take a few weeks to recover fully his arm. Then saying under his breath, while still too close to the mic, saying, and I just recovered my hand from when it was destroyed. Basically just scaring a few people like, okay, this kid can regenerate. That's good to know. But he lost an arm? And his only thing is, oh, I just fixed it? From the point of view of a few heroes, he's not afraid of being injured at least, because he knows he's gonna come back from it. So, that added a few more people who wanted him in their agencies for his, what's it called? I think I said the word not too long ago. Jesus Christ, my brain can't remember. Give me 2 seconds while I look for the word. Sorry about that. Took me way too long to remember the word internship. I hate it when my brain does that. Anyways, so while Deku is basically forced to the infirmary, and Bakugo recovered extremely fast thanks to Recovery Girl and then allowed to rest for a while, him and Todoroki go to see who is the second and third place. Todoroki doesn't want to use his fire side on Bakugo, and Bakugo literally just blasts him out of the arena after a few minutes. Like, he wasn't trying at all. Well, no, he was trying, but because Todoroki wasn't really trying with his fire quirk, Bakugo got pissed and just decided to end it there. So Todoroki third place, Bakugo second, Deku first. So after all that happened, I think there was like a day or two of rest, and then they were talking about the internships. All Might wanted Deku to go with Gran Torino because Gran Torino wanted to try and train him for better use of One for All. Because he didn't see Deku using it the correct way, which is all around the body. Because Deku was just fucking playing around, honestly. So he thought Deku didn't know how to use One for All correctly and needed to be trained more. Deku accepted to go to that one. He could have went to so many others because so many people tried to get him to their agencies. But Deku just accepted it because All Might also asked him to go. When he met Gran Torino, he asked Deku about his other quirk and how he synergizes it with One for All because he didn't seem to use it right. And that's the exact thing, I mean, he really wanted to know, after a few different things, how Deku synergized them. And then Deku just said, oh, I can use them both perfectly. You just need to put them all around your body at a level that doesn't hurt, right? Which surprised Gran Torino, asking him why he didn't do that during the festival, with Deku just saying, because that'd be boring. Which Gran Torino was taken aback, and then asked him, why do you allow yourself to be injured if you know how to control it? Even though you can recover, why don't you just try to not be injured? With Deku saying that the way he recovers his body makes it so that if he's injured and recovers his body, it grows stronger. So he doesn't mind getting injured in a battle because it just makes him physically tougher to deal with. So that's basically the best reason for him to why he likes fighting. Since he found out how to recover, it's basically just one of the best ways to make himself stronger. Sorry, my nose just blocked. But yeah, Gran Torino still decided to give a few tests to Deku for catching him, stuff like that, where he only wanted Deku to use One for All. He was caught way too easily. But Deku did cheat a bit. Deku was putting red behind his eyes to basically just kind of forcefully enhance his vision to see better what Gran Torino was gonna do. Gran Torino couldn't notice that since there was his eyes partially turned red to Deku. Well, Deku's eyes partially turned red for Gran Torino, but it just looked more like he was using one for all. Jesus Christ, give me a second. Sorry, I keep getting notifications. If that blew out your ears, I'm deeply sorry for that. Anyway, Gran Torino didn't really bring out Deku on patrol, basically just doing similar things to Canon, but also seeing Deku just training himself, both doing normal exercises, and also trying to control red and blue. Oh shoot, I forgot to mention something. Going back a bit, after the sports festival, he talked to Mina about her having a collar to basically explain how to bring it out and control it. I was supposed to make it. I just realized that because I was supposed to mention it right after the battle with between Todoroki and Bakugo. Damn it. But basically, trying to ask her to see if she can move it around and feel it inside her. Which, the way he was able to do was by basically putting a bit of red, basically grabbing her hand and passing a bit of red inside of her, which to her felt hot, and then telling her to try and find an energy that was similar, like, to how it felt to that. And when she found it, to basically try to make it move around her body slowly, and over time increasing the speed, basically forcing her body to get used to it. Going back to where we were, sorry again, basically, the big change come on the night for where everything happened, during the patrol. So, most of the things Ida were doing were practically identical, not even a change in there. So, that doesn't really matter too much. Sending a message to his classmates for like, yeah, here are my coordinates, please help. But before that, for Deku, who's practically the only one who had any changes into his thing, when the first Nomu attacked near him in the train, he just instantly placed a large amount of red around it when it attacked, which Gran Torino was about to attack it, but then suddenly it was just in a bubble of red burning itself. Seeing it disintegrate and then just go away. Deku absorbing it completely. Gran Torino wanted to know what Deku just did because he just killed something, with Deku saying that's something similar to what attacked in the USJ. And that basically he's gonna kill them when he meets them because they can't speak, they're not intelligent, they're literally just monsters made to destroy. So for him, the best way to deal with them is to deal with them, like physically make sure they don't exist no more. Gran Torino understood, and then Deku just muttered, though that one didn't have regeneration. Gran Torino barely heard that, and just kind of fast after that. He told Deku that he didn't want him coming down and fighting those things, and to basically just stay behind. Because even though Deku just showed that he was able to deal with them, preferable that he doesn't. He is an intern after all. When Deku received the text message from Ida, he literally just zoomed right out. Meeting Stain, which Deku arrived pretty much earlier, not by much though, just by about 2 minutes. Saving Ida, first of all, seeing the hero who give me a second. Sorry, I wasn't sure if Stain had killed the hero before Ida arrived, but no, the hero was saved. Anyway, I always have the problems with the small details like that. It's not really a problem though currently, but anyway. After Ida texted where he was, Stain and him fought a bit. Stain was able to get the upper hand. And just about a few minutes previous to when Deku arrived, Stain basically felt a massive amount of force pressing on his back, pushing him straight to the ground. And that was Deku basically putting him down. Like, quite literally nearly killing him just from landing on him. That surprised Stain a lot. Ida as well was surprised because he arrived fast, and Stain basically asked who he was. And the first thing Deku said was, "Ida, are you okay?" And then pointing to the hero, "If you can, take him out of here." Stain just heard, basically, no mention of his name, no embellished grand arrival, just stomp on the villain and tell someone to help the other person that's injured. Just from that, he already feels that this one might be a good hero. Ida just starts asking a few questions to Deku, which Deku literally just tell him, "Are you serious right now? You're fighting against the hero killer, right?" Basically still on top of him, and saying to Ida, "What are you even doing here? You sent a message, I came as fast as I could, but what are you doing?" Ida starts to talk about his brother, re-mentioning what happened to him, with Deku just saying, "So you came to hunt the hero killer by yourself? But why? He might have hunted your brother, but we're just in school still. We're not allowed to go on hero missions except as intern, and we're not allowed to do something we weren't told to do." Ida basically starts puttering a bit, with Deku starting to talk some sense into him, basically saying that he might feel hurt for his brother. He might feel like he needs to do something, but right now, his purpose as an intern is to alert the hero he's supposed to be with about something, and they will either try to deal with it or go call someone who can deal with it. Deku says the only good thing you did tonight is call on me. because you would have died. Not too long after, Todoroki arrives, with Stain basically just unable to move already. Stain is trying everything he can, but Deku's basically wrapped him up in a layer of red. And he called Gran Torino to basically try to mention to him that, oh yeah, my friend called me saying he was in danger. I didn't know what it was, and I basically got the hero killer. Gran Torino is still fighting the Nobus currently, so he couldn't read the text yet, and they're just waiting until a police officer arrives. Because that was also called. And that person just asked, what is going on around here? The hero who Stain was about to kill already woke up now, thanks to Deku basically trying something out. Which was putting a bit of red inside of him trying to heal the major problems. It wasn't fast, it was painful, but it woke up the hero and still stopped the bleeding, so he was still thankful, at least. And the hero basically, because he was saved by those kids, said that he found the hero killer and that they tried to help him when he was in danger, saying that he asked for their help and that if anything needed to be done, that he should be the one in trouble for asking the help of students. Basically saving their hide there, which Ida was thankful since he could have gotten in pretty deep problem. And the flying Nomu who had attacked them in the cannon can't attack them here. Because Deku already destroyed it, remember? I think it was that one that attacked them in the... Yes, it was that one. Because there was 3 Nomus in that event. A big one, similar to the one from the USJ, but not the same one. A flying one, which was much more skinny and had wings on his back. And another skinny one who couldn't fly, that I don't remember the exact specifics of it. The flying one attacked the bus or whatever that Deku and Gran Torino were in. And later, after the battle with Stain, it grabbed onto Deku trying to take him away. But Deku destroyed it already, so that part can't happen. Stain still sees Deku as a good hero. He didn't see too much of him in how he fights, but he is a true hero. His first thing was stop the villain. Second thing was, what the fuck are you doing? Go help the other injured one. When that was done, he basically just made sure that nothing bad could happen around. Which is pretty much what Stain thinks is a good hero. Don't do any bullshit. Don't fuck around. And make it so that your top priority isn't fame, but helping. So, yeah. When later Gran Torino found Deku, he was pretty pissed at him, but also pretty relieved that at least nobody else died, and that the hero killer was arrested. When asking Deku for more detail, Deku literally said that, oh yeah, I basically came from above, stomped on him, and then just put layers and layers and layers of red around him so he couldn't move. Basically tougher than chains at that point. And that he basically gave a stern talking to the other student that was there. Because, yeah, no, that one was... would have been pretty rough. So, yeah, I basically just skipped over the entire internship arc. But Gran Torino wanted to have Deku as an intern because he thought Deku really didn't know how to use the quirk correctly. Basically, All Might practically begged Deku to go there because he didn't realize that was the problem fully that Gran Torino had with it. And Deku still saved his friends from, well, death. In the next part, it's gonna be the battles against the teachers. So, yeah, stay tuned. I probably won't record this weekend. Sorry about that. But next weekend I'll be doing a video. Hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. Natsu, out.